Kalo na janati tav jananam Kalo na janati tav samapanam Drushto maya tava mahakara Yogeshwara Kala Kala Yogeshwara Kala Kala. Jai Bhairavi Devi. Namaskaram to all of you. I said namaskaram. Kathmandu, Nepal. Well, shall I make a confession? Are people of Nepal ready for a confession from me? Well, by the time I was 7, 8 years of age, my mind, my intellect started resisting anything and everything that does not make logical sense to me. Slowly, in a matter of 3, 4 years' time, maybe by the time I was 11, 12, this hardened completely. My intellect completely hardened to anything that does not make logical sense to me. That included anything concerned with religion, philosophies, and various other things of life, including love, including parental attachment. I hardened against everything because it did not make logical sense to me. To an extent, when I was around 12 years of age, it happened one day that my mother, a very quiet but extraordinary woman, for some reason, this was not really those times when mothers every day have to chant, I love you, I love you. They never said such things, but they lived for us, so we never had a question mark whether they love or not, there was no such thing. But something happened and she expressed her affection towards me. My mind, logically 100% correct. I asked her, if I was born in the next house, would you still feel this way about me? Tears came out of her eyes. I thought, what did I say wrong? I just asked a question. And she went away. After about 10, 20 minutes, she came back and she touched my feet. I was only 12. Why I'm saying this is, this is the nature of our intellect. If you use only your intellect, everything that's beautiful and magical about life will evaporate from your life. Your mother expresses her emotion, you have a logical question. So if you apply your intellect and your logical aspect of who you are to everything, you will survive well. You will earn your food and shelter, maybe dominate a few people, maybe win a race or two. But Your intelligence may be good enough for all these things, your intellect may be good enough for all these things, but your intellect will never be good enough to make you soaked in ecstasy every moment of your life. It will not do that, believe me. Nor your intellect will ever allow you to access doorways to the magic of life. When I say magic of life, show me one thing in this universe which is not magical. If you put filth at the roots, a beautiful fragrant flower will blossom. Is this not magic? Hello? Hello, hello, hello? From filth a flower comes, is this not magic? Well, scientists, Charles Darwin told you, you were all monkeys and just a tail fell away and you all became like this, magic or no? Some people are keeping quiet because maybe the tail not gone maybe, it's okay. Yeah. If you have an extra limb, who can complain? Your parents, very stingy people, they gave only one cell each, not millions, one each. With these two cells, look at you, how you become… Is this not magic? So if you apply your intellect to everything, everything seems to make sense on one level, but you will see everything that's beautiful, everything that's blissful slowly evaporates from your life. So from the age of 11, 12 to 17 or 18, I am a hardcore atheist, hardcore, no compromise. Our families are not very religious, but something simple they do once in a way. Even that, I will not participate, never. Anything that I cannot see and I cannot logically decipher doesn't exist. Well, you may have enough intellect to earn your living, to earn food and shelter, to win a few silly races with people when you have no business to be racing with anybody. Because if you are on a race, if you think life is a race, then you must win. If you want to win the race, you must get to the finish line quick. You want to? Hello? You know what's the finish line? You want to get there quick? If you think it's a race, that's what it means. But your logic and your intellect is not good enough to make you ecstatic every moment of your life. It is not good enough to give you access to the magical aspects of life, nor can it beat the steamroller of time. Time is on all the time. Going? Hello? Time going away right now? No matter what you do or you don't do, what nonsense you think or you do not think, time is rolling away. When time rolls, what it means is, you've been sitting here for an hour, what it means is, since you came here, you're 1 hour closer to the grave. Yes, you may not be conscious, but the body knows. The body knows. And whenever somebody passes, always people are surprised because they thought they're immortal. I was just telling them day before yesterday, about 8 or 9 months ago, a sage a very well-known sage in southern India, passed at the age of 111 years of age. He lived a life of absolute service, hugely respected by people. But unfortunately, at 111, he fell down and he did not recover from that fall and he died. All the newspapers, this great sage died suddenly. I said, what? At 111, how do you die suddenly? Hello? When is it naturally? When is it that we are going to die naturally? I'm saying, time is a steamroller, doesn't stop for anybody, nobody can rewind it. But you could be riding the cycles of time, or you could be crushed by the cycles of time. If you're riding the cycles of time, then you will know something which is very different. You will know life in ways that other people will never understand. Now this kind of a person, why is he bringing Devi to Nepal? Hello? All my friends and family always wonder, what happened to him? Because even my wife complained. When I first said we have to build this, she said, because of you I stopped going to the temples. Now you're building a temple? I said, no, this is a different purpose, different way of doing things. This is not about believing something, this is not about going to heaven, this is about making a heaven out of yourself. There is a way to do it. The burden of memories that you hold empowers time. If you lived for whatever number of years, if you carry lot of burdensome memories in your head, 50 years feels like a very long time. It is a burden of memory which makes time heavy. But if you're living connected to the source of creation, Sadhguru, where is it, where is it? Hare, don't look up, because you don't know what is up and down. You know, hello, in Nepal everybody knows the planet is round. I'm just checking. You know the planet is round and it's also spinning. If all of you want to sit there like this silently, I am the yogi here, okay? I can sit like this for hours and go away. It is also spinning? Yes. So if you look up, you're never looking up in the right direction, I'm telling you. Because it's round and it's spinning, where are you looking? So you don't forget about knowing what is up there. You do not even know what is up and what is down. This is the nature of your existence. So, if you are not connected to the source of creation, when I say that, where is it? Where shall I plug in? See, as I already reminded you, whatever you had for your lunch today, let's say you ate a roti or a chapati. Chapati doesn't look like you, nor does it smell like you, nor does it feel like you, nor does it bleed like you, but if you eat it, in a few hours it becomes you. If the source of creation was not throbbing within you, you think you could make a chapati into a human being over the afternoon? So, Suppose I take a chapati in my hand and make a human being out of this, who would you think I am? Creator himself, isn't it? And every one of you are doing it, not in your hand, in your stomach. What's the difference? You're doing it discreetly, and it's good. It need not be done obscenely outside. It is done discreetly. You take a chapati and make a human being out of it within a few hours. Obviously, the source of creation must be functioning within you, throbbing within you every moment of your life, otherwise this wouldn't be happening. If you plug into this, if you turn inward and plug into this, if you open up a window or a doorway to this, then there are tremendous possibilities. Life opens up in ways that you cannot imagine. If you consider yourself just a certain number of kilograms of flesh, bone, and a few thoughts and emotions, well, nothing wrong, just limited. Is it wrong to be limited? No. Is it a crime to be limited? No. But it is not a crime, it's a disaster. Because loss, when we say loss, loss is not only when you lose what you have. When you do not explore the full potential of who you are, that is the greatest loss. You don't even know you lost it. If you have something in your hands and you lose it, you know you have lost it. Things that are possible were never explored. This is a terrible loss. It is to prevent this loss, various aspects. This is a culture steeped in this. Nepal is one of the few countries, one of the few of this region which has kept this largely alive. But slowly over generations, if nobody reminds you, what are created with very scientific understanding of how to regenerate life, how to ignite new possibilities within you, could become just symbols that inspire belief, which may also make some things work. But if you use an airplane, suppose you found an airplane and you don't know what is an airplane, then you got the engine started, but then you found these two ugly things are going to hit your lampposts and buildings. So you chopped off these two things and started driving an airplane in the streets of Kathmandu. You are very happy because you found a wonderful car or a bus or whatever it is, depending on the size. But someone who knows what it means to fly, if they see you driving an airplane with chopped off wings, they will cry. So one reason I have not told this to anybody here yet, because this is a confession day, I'm telling you. One reason why I decided Devi should come to Nepal is some of the fantastic temples that you have. When I see the way it is kept and the way it is approached, tears came to me. These are tremendous tools being used in rudimentary ways. So I thought, let me inspire that, using the Bhairavi as a source. Hope many of you will revive many things in this wonderful country. But Sadhguru, there are other countries and societies where they don't have a temple, they have nothing, but they are doing well. See, there are two aspects to life. One is what you do and what you have. Depending on what you do, accordingly you have certain things. Another is how you experience your life. If you don't value how you experience your life, you will have and you will want more and more and more. You will have everything and you will want to have everything that everybody has in the world, and still you are broken within yourself. Do you want a life like that? Unfortunately, large parts of the world have chosen a life like that. They have everything and more. They have more than any human being should ever have. They have obscene levels of comforts and wealth, but internally broken. Today, to a point where the World Health Organization is predicting there is going to be a mental health pandemic. Are you going to be the epicenter, Nepali people, of this mental health pandemic, or will you stay sane? Pandemic, a word that you had not heard 3 years ago. Now everybody knows what is a pandemic. What it means is, in this, all of you, a few thousand of you who are here, if there are 100 people with some problem, by the time you leave this place, all of you will have it. This is a pandemic, or at least most of you will have it. So now, if 100 people are a little like that, by the time you leave this place, all of you will be wonky. Dangerous situation, isn't it? But it looks ridiculous. Oh, how will it happen? My friend has always been a nutcase, I've been okay. Well, just a week, 10 days ago, I think, the CDC, which is a major, disease control institution in the United States based in Atlanta, which is authority there, has announced that among the teenage girls, 1 out of 3 is depressed. 1 out of 3. This is not an ordinary situation. How we knew teenage girls was, they would simply giggle for nothing. Where was the question of they being depressed? Hello? Hello? Because they didn't need a reason to laugh. Simply they were exuberant. Out of that exuberance, they giggled all the time. But now 1 in 3 is depressed. Do you want more? We are heading this way because we have not held the experience of our life important. We're only thinking what we have is important. What can you have? You can have clothes, you can have wealth, you can have jewelry, you can have home, you can have car. You can get a golden chariot if you want. But what will you do? If you are not joyful, if you are depressed, you are riding in a golden chariot, what to do, I'm asking? Right now also I am seeing, not so much in Nepal, I am very happy and proud to say this, generally all over the world, wherever I travel, almost every part of the world, people are driving their dream machine, something that they always wanted to own and today they have it. If the traffic gets a little thick, they got an opportunity to spend more time in their dream machine. Are they bursting with joy? No, they're cursing the whole universe. Hello? They're using filthy words at everybody on the street, everything. Nobody's spared. Well, you're in your dream machine, you must be enjoying it, little more time because of traffic. No, I see your traffic is quite chaotic, but people… still nobody's fretting except a few people. Rest of the people seem to be okay, they're stuck in the traffic, they seem to be okay. This does not mean we should not fix the traffic, we should, that also must happen. But how you experience your life is very, very important. If you do not know how to sit here blissfully, no matter what you wear, what you own, how much you possess, is not going to make a difference because all this is only in your memory right now. Hello? How much money you have, how much wealth you have, what all nonsense you have in your life is only in your memory. I can do this to you and I remove your memory, you got nothing. Hello? Everything that you think you possess is only in your memory. One who lives in their memory, one who enjoys their memory, naturally lives in the past because memory is of the past. You will never taste life. You will never have a taste of life. You will only know what is accumulated. Anything accumulated, the very nature of creation is such, it will rot after some time and it will stink. You see very wealthy families, after 5 generations, they stink. Hello? Everywhere in the world, this happens because what you possess is only what you can use. We want to have things so that certain things are comfortable, it will facilitate us to act better in the world. Beyond that, what we possess means nothing, but how we are, how we experience our life, have we unlocked our genius or are we stuck in our own wrap of intellect? This is important. For this, you need access. For access, there are tools for access. Devi is just that she is access, she is a doorway. If you know how to use it, she will open up possibilities that you never imagined possible. Well, is this all just somebody's belief? How can this kind of woman do things to me? There are any number of examples. I am a living example, but you know, generally, we are living in that part of Asia where still there is a problem. At least in our universities and so-called educated people, unless it has a stamp from the West, it is not really science, it cannot work. You also still there only? You need an approval? Only a few young people are saying no, all the older people. I don't know if you have heard of him or not, there was a movie about him about 4 years ago. His name is Ramanujan. You heard of Ramanujan? Oh, really? So I don't have to tell you about him. Everybody knows about Ramanujan, I don't have to speak about him. Same people are saying yes and no. So Ramanujan was born in Tamil Nadu in southern India, from a small village. By the time he was 16, 17, he became a devotee of a Devi. And he picked up notebooks and started writing mathematics. Not the kind of mathematics that you learn in school, 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, not like that, very complex forms of math. Why math is important is, because in many ways, if you want to reduce the universe into any one language, the closest language which can do that effectively is mathematics. Those of you who are not good at it are… all right, it's all right, I understand. In India, music is all mathematics. Everywhere, engineering is mathematics, physics is mathematics, everything can be deduced into mathematics because that is one language which is more efficient. I'm not saying it's absolute. It is more efficient than any other language that we speak in describing the universe. And he started pouring out mathematics. Then he was just working as a clerk in Chennai, Madras at that time. Then some English officer saw, this guy is sitting there and pouring out thousands of pages of math simply. If he sits down, he's just writing, like he's possessed. Then he looked at it, not all of it he could figure it out. He showed it to somebody who's a mathematician, and he said, what? Who wrote this? We need this guy. So they transported him to Oxford University. There he went, well, being of the wrong skin color. You know, South Indians, we are baked by sun. So, he was treated very badly and given very bad accommodations, and because he's a vegetarian, there was no proper nutrition at that time. Today everybody is talking about eating vegetarian. At that time, if you're a vegetarian, you were attacked on the street and beaten because you're just a vegetarian. Today, all the doctors in the West are saying, you must eat veggies, otherwise you will die of heart attack or something else. He was treated very badly, no nourishment, so he caught tuberculosis, exposed to cold. Then he was sitting on his deathbed, but he poured out mathematics. Books and books he wrote. When they asked him, where is this all coming from? How is it? He said, my Devi bleeds mathematics, simply. And today, in 2010-11, they discovered what he wrote in 1908, over a century ago, the mathematics, is actually describing the black holes in the universe. There was no concept of black holes in the scientific community at that time. The way science progresses is, first a concept, then a theory, then the math, then it becomes a reality. But he wrote mathematics for which there was no theory or concept, he just wrote the math. He says, it's all my Devi. I'm just saying this example because this is how it is. If you open the doorway, suddenly your access to the universe outside and the inner universe both open up, and it's a tremendous life. Today, I can say there are thousands of people around me who are beginning to function like this at a different level of genius and capability. I would like to see that the youth of Nepal that's not sounding very youthful. It is very important that you access, you make use of devices which gives you access to the beyond. And particularly the young women of Nepal must make use of this. Why I'm saying this is because when masculine acts, it will create survival. Survival is very important. Only because we are surviving, all other aspects become possible. So we are not saying survival is less. Survival is very important. Only because we have survived, we are here today. But survival will not make everything. It takes feminine to create a civilization. Otherwise, we would have survived, and without a civilization, we will wonder, why are we here? So this is very important because for variety of reasons, though in these cultures women have been worshipped as devis, goddesses, in spite of that, a whole lot of prejudice and lot of keeping them down has happened. It is time. You don't have to fight, you just have to empower yourself. Never there should be… this is a very Western idea of women's liberation means fight the men. Then who will you have in your life? Fight the husband, I understand. Fight all the men and then do what? Not fighting, because fighting, I will fight for my freedom, is very masculine, it's not feminine. Masculine always thinks in terms of conquest. Feminine is inclusive, it's an embrace. These are two ways to conquer something. One is by force, another by inclusion. I believe all the men here were delivered by a woman, am I correct? Hello, any exceptions? No. Then what the hell are we talking about? There are many great examples where women rose. Why they rose? See, you being successful in the world is a different thing. But you must understand, what is a male, what is a female means just a question of few body parts, which are necessary. The difference is necessary to fulfill certain aspects of our life. We are all born here because of that. So that is not even the issue. But why should we, every moment of our life, be identified with a few body parts, that too reproductive organs in our body, every moment? It's not necessary. In certain relationships, in certain situations, it is relevant. When you're walking on the street, why is your reproductive organ in any way in play? Hello? Your legs and your brains must be working. Hello? Every moment, wherever you go, who is a man, who is a woman, what body parts do you have? This is rubbish. This is an unhealthy way of existence. This is why spiritual process is very important, because when it comes to bodily functions, there is a difference between a male and a female. Well, some women may like to claim, no, my muscle is also as big as yours. It's all right, but don't go that way. It's all right, we want you also strong. But a male body is made in a certain way for a certain purpose. A female body is made in a different way. But we are not talking about male and female, we are talking about masculine and feminine. We are here, I've already checked this, but anyway, every one of you are here because a man and woman came together. So because you're a woman, does it mean to say your father doesn't exist within you? Or because you're a man, does it mean to say your mother does not exist within you? Both of them are there. So, logically, by intellect, I am either a male or a female. But the truth is you're both. If both these qualities are not well enshrined within you, you will be a skewed human being. You have seen Adiyogi Shiva, one half of him is man, one half of him is woman, perfect man, in total balance. There was a great sage by the name Yajnavalkya. You heard of him? How was that? You heard of Ramanujan? Yajnavalkya was a great sage, and then he came to know about a young woman whose name was Maitreyi. Because she was so evolved and spiritually exuberant, he decided if he marries, she will marry only her, otherwise he will become a monk. Then it fell together because she also was looking for someone who spiritually evolved, and they married. After a few years, of a very exuberant life. No children came, that means you can assume. But they lived in a very exuberant way. Then one day, Yajnavalkya came. I have been in this marriage for about 8 years now. This has been a phenomenal experience for me, but my heart is longing for something deeper, more profound than this. Everything that I have, the house, the fields, the wealth, everything, I will leave it to you, and please release me. I wish to go in search of something else, which is far more profound than what I have right now. So Maitreyi said, what makes you think? When you are seeking something more profound than what we have now, I will settle for this house, I will settle for this property, I will settle for this silly money that you're going to give me. What makes you think I will settle for this? I also seek something more profound than what is there right now. You don't try to settle my life by giving me a house, a money and clothes and jewels and something else. Once a woman is like this, nobody can look at her as just body parts. If your identity is only limited to your body, then naturally that's how it will work. There is nothing wrong whether with a man's body or a woman's body, because this is creation, this is the way it is. It is not about that, it is just that there are other aspects for you to be human, which is only possible for a human being, because for all other creatures, nature has put two lines. They have to live and die within those two lines. For a human being, slowly the top line just evaporated, and most human beings have not realized that. They're still thinking there is a top line. This is like you kept a bird in a cage for a long period of time. One day you take away the door, but the bird just sits there because food comes straight there, it doesn't have to go in search of anything, everything is comfortable. Only thing is he cannot fly he cannot fly, but that's okay, at least you're well fed and fat. Don't become this. It's very important that you become a human being, not a human creature. Human being means there are many ways we can look at this. The simplest thing is this. We call you a being, only you. In Nepal, do you call tigers tiger beings? Hello? Dog, dog being? Mosquito, mosquito being? No. Mosquito has your blood, but still it's not a being. Hello? Why only you are referred to as a being is, no matter what is the circumstance around you, if you are willing, you can decide how to be. No other creature can decide this. All other creatures are instinctive, compulsive reaction to the situations in which they exist. This is the only one which can determine how to be, no matter what is happening around us. If you do not exercise this choice of how to be, then we have to say you are a human creature, evolutionary issue. If you decide how to be, now I will ask you something, you can say yes, no, or silence. Whatever you say, I'm going to bless you. It's up to you. If you had a choice between being blissful right now and being miserable, what's your choice? For yourself, it's always the highest level of pleasantness, isn't it? Sometimes for your neighbor, there may be a debate. But for yourself, highest level of pleasantness. What is pleasantness? If you become pleasant in your body, we say, you're healthy. Pleasantness of body is referred to as health. You want it? Not everybody said yes, I'm giving you one more chance. Don't take these things lightly, because the value of health is only when you don't have it. Not a simple thing. If every day, every cell in this body is not clearly saying, I want to be healthy, you becoming sick is not far away. How many people who are fine today, tomorrow morning they're sick or dead? Is it not happening every day? I will bless you with a healthy and a long life and everything, but for all this, you must be pleasant. If you're unpleasant, we will only stretch your torture. So body being pleasant means health. You want it? If it becomes very pleasant, we call this pleasure. Only a few people, others no takers. Oh, okay. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call this compassion. If your energies become pleasant, we call this blissfulness. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to create pleasantness in your surroundings, you need the cooperation of other people. To create pleasantness of body, pleasantness of mind, pleasantness of emotion and energy is 100% your business, yes or no? You said yes. This is it. This is transformation. No, Sadhguru, I am not happy because my wife is doing this, my husband is doing this, Nepal is like this, Kathmandu traffic is bad. No, for you to be pleasant or unpleasant is 100% your doing. But, you know, life, you get caught up in so many things. This is why you need a powerful tool. Bhairavi is that if you know how to make use of this, being exuberant and wonderful every moment of your life is a living possibility. Just now, the Ma, Bairagini Ma who was here, who was doing the arati, she's Lebanese. It's another country that I love very much and been there very often, except in the last few years. She's Lebanese. In the next 6 to 8 months, there must be a Nepali. It is very important because this is the only culture in the world, this is the only civilization where when it came to spiritual aspects, men and women had no distinction, both were treated equally. Nowhere else on the planet, only in this culture, in this civilization. And in recent times, there has been a certain loss, certain amount of prejudice. So in the Bhairavi temple, the inner sanctum is only managed by the women always. So, women of Nepal must stand up and make sure we must replace this Lebanese lady. She is wonderful, but We need her back there. Will you do this? Ah, yes, but it needs lot of training, dedication and striving. It's not like you know how to move this. It takes a lot of work. You must be willing to do that. And this is not hard work. If you have devotion in your heart, nothing is hard work. Have you seen, you've fallen in love with somebody, nothing seems to be hard, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you have to crawl under this and go, you will do it. Hello? So this is the nature of sweetness of emotion. Love, compassion, devotion, these are all different levels of sweetness of emotion. Once you have sweetness of emotion, once you're a devotee, you have the best deal. No matter what's happening, you are… Yes, it's very important. Because without creating human beings who are blissful, without creating human beings who are peaceful, do you think you can create a peaceful world or a blissful world? There is no problem in this world except the human being. Is there any other problem on this planet? Only human being. Why human being a problem? Human being is the peak of evolution. Human being the most intelligent creature on this planet. Human being is the flower of evolution on this planet, most competent on this planet, but is the only problem. I thought intelligence is a solution. What do you think? Is intelligence a solution or a problem? Huh? Oh Is intelligence a problem or a solution? What should it be? It must be a solution. That's the only solution. For every silly thing that we do, the only solution is ignited intelligence. But today, our intelligence has become a problem. Being peaceful has become a problem. Where we are talking about a mental health pandemic, what does it mean? It means you don't know how to handle your intelligence. I'll ask you one more question, yes, no, silence, I'm going to bless you. Would you like your intelligence to be sharp or blunt? Sharp? Oh. So once you have a sharp instrument, you must know how to hold it. If you are little la 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 la, intestines will come out. Hello? If we give you a very, the Nepali crooked knife, if you don't have a steady hand, if you do this, either your intestine will come out or somebody else's will come out. Because once you hold a sharp instrument, your hand must be very conscious and steady. So if you ask for a sharp intellect, then you must be very conscious and stable, otherwise you will simply cut yourself every day. You will call this stress. You will call this anxiety. You will call this tension. You will call this misery, call whatever the hell you want. Essentially, you don't know how to handle your intelligence, that's all it is. If we remove half your brain, you will be peaceful. Hello? Lot of young people are trying because they don't know how to handle their intelligence, they are trying to subdue it, they want to keep their brain soaked in alcohol or smoke it out. Hello? I know I'm in Kathmandu. So, you must decide whether a really sharp intellect is good for you or blunt it with something and then you don't feel anything. Even if you do this, it doesn't cut you. If this was a sharp knife, it would open up. So, if you wish to have a very sharp intellect, the important thing is how you hold it. How stable are you? How conscious are you? This will determine whether this intelligence will work for your benefit or it'll torture you every day. Right now, this is the condition of the human societies. Their intelligence is torturing them on a daily basis. They've got names and names. I was in conversation with some top psychiatrists from UK, and they told me there are 72 varieties of mental ailments. I thought there may be half a dozen or maybe 10, but 72 varieties. I said, what are they? They started telling me so many things. One thing stuck in my head, compulsive nose picking is one of the… Hello? To a point they will bleed. Even if they're bleeding, they cannot stop it, they keep on nose picking. Anybody? Some of you wearing red clothes because you don't want it to be seen. So I'm saying, just about anything, you can make it into an ailment. Your intelligence, if you turn it into a problem, what to do? Any gift that's given to you, you will turn it against you. Right now, technology, what a blessing, but most people are turning it against themselves. Economic well-being, most people are ruining themselves with economic well-being. All the wonderful things that are given to us, we want to poke ourselves because unconscious compulsive reaction. I want you to understand this whole movement, including the Bhairavi. This may be little difficult for you to understand, you must explore a little more in a short duration. I won't be able to do this. This is a movement from religion to responsibility. The manager of your emotions, your thoughts and your experiences, where is he or she? Here or there? You must make up your mind, here or there. If you know it's here, you will see how to gain access. If it is there, you have excuses and explanations as to why you're miserable. You can come up with any number of explanations, but misery is misery. Hello? Explanations are not going to be a balm for your misery. It will only deepen the misery because now you've found reasons as to why you suffer. So spiritual process is beyond bodily identification because body is something that you gathered. What you gather can be yours, can never be you. Hello? Hello? Oh. There are so many ways people are trying to find peace. I was in New York City, we were releasing a book, it's a large crowd. Then I asked them a simple question. How many of you in New York City can spend an evening peacefully without even a glass of wine? I'm using a glass of wine as the minimal dosage. There are many others, you know. They say maybe 3 to 5%. So 95% cannot sit one evening without a glass of wine. If they don't have that, they can't be peaceful. Then next week I'm in London, a group of prominent people. Then I asked them the same question, how many of you can sit peacefully through an evening without a glass of wine? They say, oh, maybe 1%. How can we be peaceful without a drink? So to be peaceful, you need chemicals. To be happy, you need chemicals. To be blissful, you need chemicals. To be healthy, you need chemicals. If you do this, in a generation or two, you will have human beings who are much less than who we are. That's a crime against humanity. There are many ways every human being can find their own way to be peaceful. This happened. One day, Shankaran Pillai was particularly abused. Oh, you know him also? He was particularly abusive to his wife. But she sat there very peacefully. Then he threw his arms up and said, "What's the matter with you? I have been so abusive to you, almost every day I abuse you, sometimes I've even physically abused you, but you're just peaceful all the time. Nothing seems to disturb you. How do you manage this?" She said, "I clean the toilet." I said, "What? If I abuse you, you clean the toilet and it makes you peaceful?" She said, "Yes, I clean the toilet." "How does it work?" he said. She said, "I use your toothbrush." Ladies, there are many ways to become peaceful, but if you do not take charge of your faculties, you being peaceful by accident, either by chemicals or by cleaning the toilet or by doing something harmful to somebody else, you feel good for some time. These are not solutions. The solution is, all of you, can you move your hand like this on the right side? Just try and see. Wow! Can you do this? Oh, fantastic! This? Oh, you're great, huh? You have total control over your right hand. It's not a joke. Some people have lost control. Yes or no? Some people have lost. Try this with your mind. You want to put your mind here, it goes there. You want to put it there, it goes somewhere. You want to put it there, it goes all over. With this kind of nonsense, what are you trying to do? If you, let's say, get into your car or a motorcycle, actually there is a bicycle which is created like this, you must try it. You're driving, you want to go like this. If you do this, your vehicle goes this way. Terrifying or no? Hello? With this kind of mind, if you want to go here, it goes there. How do you live? That is why everybody is saying anxiety is normal. Doctors are saying anxiety is normal. Anxiety is not normal. If you lose control, anxiety, fear, terror, everything is normal. But you are a human being. Am I saying something wrong about you? You're supposed to know how to be. If you know how to be, you already made your choice. If you know how to be, you would choose to be blissful. Yes? But no matter what is happening, everybody is finding some reason to be miserable. This happened. A couple. It was their 40th wedding anniversary. Anybody, any takers? No. 40th wedding anniversary. So they decided, that day they wanted to celebrate. So they decided they will do exactly the same things that they did 40 years ago. They went to the same church. Then on that day, they went to dinner to a particular restaurant. They went to the same restaurant, ordered the same food, ordered the same wine. Then after that, they went to the movies on that day. They went to the same theater. The movie was different, but same theater. Then they had booked up in the same hotel where they had stayed after their wedding. So they were driving. Then the lady said, "John, what's the matter with you? Why are you grumpy and driving like this? On that day, how passionate you were. All the way to the hotel, we were kissing each other." "Oh, okay, let's do it." And he started kissing her and they went off the bridge and landed down and they landed in heaven. And both of them being golfers, first thing they checked was, is there golf in heaven? The reception said, yes, the most spectacular courses. We would have never seen anything like this. Then they asked, is there a tea time for us? We've just come. Of course, any time is tea time in heaven. So they went and they were given… He was given a golden golf kit, she was given diamond-studded thing, and he hit the ball, went straight, splitting the fairway very far. Then she went to her red tee and she teed off. She also went straight and long. Both of them were walking towards their ball. Suddenly the husband became little depressed. You know it happens to husbands, hello? She looked at him and said, John, what is the problem? We are on the most spectacular golf course, you had a great shot, I had a great shot, what's your problem now? He said, if it was not for your stupid health food, we could have been here long time ago. No matter what, hello? All of us, every one of us, are we not materially, I'm saying, you may have many complaints, but still, materially, are we not living way better than our grandparents? Hello? Every one of us. And what is the complaint? The complaint is not about what you don't have around you. The complaint is what should be throbbing within you is not happening. Take Bhairavi into your heart and let it blossom within you. I heard there are questions. Are there questions? You have a question, please. Shall I come there and answer the questions? Okay.
Namaskara. My name is Melly. I'm from Indonesia. I wanted to ask you, what is the relationship between the feminine and art, creativity and decoration, Sadhguru?
Creativity and?
Art and decoration.
Decoration, okay.
Thank you very much, Sadhguru.
Well, are you asking this question because you think women like to be decorated? No, actually, women are not looking for decoration. Feminine is not about decoration. Feminine is about aesthetic. Is this okay? Feminine is about aesthetic, not about decoration. It's just that in societies, over a period of time, our sense of aesthetic may get culturally influenced and end up as decoration. Aesthetic means just the way you stand, the way you sit, the way you are can be aesthetic. It's not necessary you must be gold painted from head to toe. Just the way you are can be aesthetically very beautiful or not, isn't it? So feminine and aesthetic is very, very connected because, as I said earlier, masculine is about survival. Do not think one is superior to the other. If there is no survival, there is no aesthetic. Hello? This is a serious problem because your idea of masculine, feminine has been badly influenced by women's liberation and these kind of ideas. Well, the very idea that one is superior to another, whichever way, is such a gross and silly idea. It's like saying, sky is superior to earth. Why don't you go there? If that is superior, why don't you get lost there? Heaven is superior to this. Why are you not gone? Hello? So, between masculine and feminine, this should be completely dropped. There is no such thing as which is superior. These are two fundamental ingredients of life, this makes us. And survival, very, very important, because without that, what is there? Nothing is there. But just with that, what is there, again you feel like there is nothing. So, these are two… this is the beauty and intelligence of creation, two different qualities packed in two different ways. And life will not happen without both these aspects being there, both these aspects being alive within us. Hey, look at the moon. Moon is feminine. Moon is feminine. Yesterday she was round, today she's little woman, you know, every day. Sun is masculine, every day perfect round he is. But tell me, is there more poetry and music about sun or moon? Without the sun, moon cannot reflect anything, it's only a reflection. But still, because every day it freaks you, you don't know what shape moon is. Yesterday it was round, little, today it's little less, another day it'll disappear, another day it'll come back. Very feminine. You know, like some time ago I was doing a program in Chennai and in an engineering program, and after this program, one man comes up to me and says, Sadhguru, after this program, now I understand what's my life. I am unable to understand what's my wife. I said, don't try to understand your wife, experience her as a wonderful thing. Don't try to understand. Mistake, isn't it? They're trying to understand you is a mistake, because anything in the world that you think is beautiful cannot be understood. If you think you understood, the beauty will vanish. Yes or no? Yes. Not that you have understood, you thought you have understood, it's gone. Yes. So, this aesthetic is a natural part of the feminine, not necessarily decoration. Decoration is a cultural thing. In different cultures, different types of decorations. That is not important. The important thing is, you must be aesthetically fine. It's very important for a woman. And if feminine is not aesthetic, then what will the masculine do? Survival, do more, conquer more, then what? Don't know, because do not misunderstand feminine, masculine as always as man, woman or male, female. It is manifest in every ways. That's why we're saying we see moon as feminine. Oh, is it a female? No, it's feminine. And you cannot argue with me on that, because the cycles of the moon and the cycles of womanhood are together 28 days. And it's only because of the cycles you and me are here. If our mothers did not go with the moon, we wouldn't be born. So, moon is the aesthetic. It has no other particular value like sun. Without sun there is no energy on the planet. Moon is aesthetic, but without that we wouldn't be born.
Thank you, Sadhguru.
Who's got the microphone, please?
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Where are you?
I'm here.
Okay, okay.
Namaskaram Sadhguru. My name is Roshan Gewali.
You saw how the lady asked the question and you saw… Aesthetic. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, you're a man.
I'm Roshan Gewali and I am from Nepal. And this is the biggest opportunity of my life to get a chance to ask a question to you. I'm really blessed. And as I'm a devotee of Linga Bhairavi Devi. I'm doing my stuti and Devi Dandam. In Nepal, we do lots of rituals and offerings to many gods, but none of them have worked, as far as I know.
No, not that they did not work, you couldn't make them work.
Maybe. And as a real devotee of Linga Bhairavi Devi, shall I perform those rituals and offerings, or just Devi Stuti and Dandam will work?
I think he needs a dandam.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't understand this language, dandam means a stick. Dandam also means prostration. Well, the Devi sadhana is on many levels. The simplest form is stuti and dandam, but that's not everything. There are many ways to internalize this. If you have the necessary devotion, we'll one by one open doors. Why one by one, Sadhguru? Why can't you open all the doors at once? If you… even when you were a child, initially your mother breastfed you, then maybe some cow's milk, then maybe some solid food, then now we don't know what you're eating. First day only, her favorite food, if she had put it in your mouth, probably you would be dead. So similarly, we will open this thing not because of anything else, it must benefit. If even the best thing in the universe, if it comes to you when you're not ready, it doesn't work. The greatest thing in the world, if it comes to you before you are ready for it, it can only hurt you. So we can open the doors. Let me see the intensity of your devotion, accordingly we'll open up.
Thank you, Sadhguru.
Please take the microphone.
Yeah. Namaskaram, Sadhguru. So, I'm here.
Where are you?
So, I'm in front of you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. So, it's my pleasure. First of all, I would like to thank you for establishment of Linga Bhairavi in Nepal. Thank you very much. It's a good honor for Nepal, so you did this, your contributions will be recognized in future. So with your approval, I would like to ask you the short two questions, very short two questions. So as you just recently said that, so in Nepal, so these, in Nepal, as you said, this, the traditions about your temples and what you have said that the Sanatan Dharma in Nepal is vibrantly alive. So can you suggest what can we do to make it alive for more years, thousand years? This is my first question. And the second…
We'll go one at a time, huh? One question.
Okay, sir.
One question. One thing, don't feel insulted by what I say, I'm telling you a practical solution, huh? Because I'm not given to diplomacy, I say what I have to say. One thing you have to do is, the temple should be open for all human beings irrespective of their color, caste, creed. Another thing is, it should be only open to human beings, the monkeys you must get them out. Because I went to one of the prominent temples and the monkeys are having a big fight. No space for the human beings. And there is somebody at the gate saying, are you Hindu or are you a foreigner? Stopping you. Don't do this because this comes from another time. This comes from this comes from another time where foreigners came to the temple only to desecrate the temple, only to some way harm the temple. But now the foreigners who are coming, they genuinely want to come. You must welcome them. Many lawmakers are here, I hope you'll take this and make it happen because the foreigner who is coming today genuinely wants to come to the temple. They are not coming there to desecrate the temple, to harm the temple. That was another time. Let's not carry that hangover. Please. Where's the microphone, please? I'm not coming there because if I come there, my microphone may not work. Okay? Where are you?
I'm here.
What's happening? Can't hear anything.
Sadhguru. I'm Marvin from China. I'm so honored to participate
Mike, Bhairavi is about exuberance. Don't just sit there like this, Come on. I want to see if all these Nepali people can dance or not. Get the drums going, I want to see. Boom, 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 come on, let's see. Mahadevi Yogeshwari Mahadevi Maheshwari Bhairavi Mukteshwari Mahadevi Maheshwari Bhairavi Maharatre Maharatre Maharatre.
Ishwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya Yogeshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya Vikakikalaya Kalagnirudraya Neelakanthaya Mrityunjayaya Vikakikalaya Kalagnirudraya Neelakanthaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Mahadevaya Namaha Mahadevaya Namaha Mahadevaya Namaha Mahadevaya Namaha Yogeshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya Vikakikalaya Kalagnirudraya Neelakanthaya Mrityunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Mahadevaya Namaha Mahadevaya Namaha Mahadevaya Namaha Mahadevaya Namaha.
Bhairavi is now open for all from 6:30 a.m. to 1:20 p.m. and 4:20 to 8:20 p.m. every day. Abhishekam can be offered at 7:40 a.m., 12:40 p.m. and 7:40 p.m. at Vashundhara Chowk Ring Road. We would also like to express our gratitude to various government ministries, departments and officials for their support to make this event a resounding success, particularly Nepal Army, Nepal Police, Traffic Police, Armed Police Force, District Administration Office, Kathmandu Metropolitan City Office, and we would also like to thank the members of the media. Last but not the least, all the Isha volunteers for their relentless commitment and effort, and to the participants this evening. We invite you to be a part of Sadhguru's vision to raise human consciousness and craft a conscious planet. And we look forward to welcoming you at Linga Bhairavi Devi's abode in Basundhara. We once again thank you for joining us this evening. Namaskaram.
भैरवि शाम्भवि चन्द्रमौलिरभला अपर्णा उमा पार्वती काली हैमवती शिवा त्रिनयनी कात्यायनी भैरवी